Well, hello. And for some listeners, this is hello from me in quite a while because you have not heard my... Let me speak, Cyber. I have not been here for a while.
I'm defending you. Turtle Guy cannot say shit about weird intros because Turtle Guy forgot to do the intro.
Yeah, but that won't be.
Sorry, Whoover, you can speak.
Not even here 30 seconds, and I get interrupted by one I would expect, Turtle Guy, and one I didn't expect, Cyber.
I'm in an intrusive mood.
David, you are always a figure of grace in these intros because you never interrupt me. So first off, the best person on this metaphorical couch with me. David.
Thank you. See how I remained silent until I was officially introduced? You know, like a respectable fucking co-host, not a scumbag like you were to. Fucking scumbags.
And then, you know, the other two, Cyber and Turtle Guy, because they rudely interrupted me. Haven't been here for a few episodes, and they just thought, you know, I haven't talked, I talked too much, so they needed to talk over me, you know.
Well, now I feel bad, but I was defending you.
Whoever gets no choice.
On behalf of myself and only myself, apologize for my ill-gotten behavior.
You don't take it over my episode?
Yes. Proceed.
Okay. Oh. Thank you for letting me continue on with the episode that I'm hosting.
I feel like that implied that he had the power.
Well, you know, sometimes you think Whoover has the power, but Whoover actually, I'm going to give you an inside information here, listeners. Whoover actually has no choice. We found this out a long time ago when we were playing Until Dawn. Whoover has no choice whatsoever.
In anything.
So if there's a decision to be made,
we did bung you into a van the first day we met you.
That is not true.
No, it's true. I was tossed into the metaphorical van the day I met you all. My mind has not escaped the van. I'm still there.
The brand?
I'm still in the van.
You're not getting out of the van either. I'm not letting you out.
Anyway,
why do I not remember the van?
I think because you're driving the van. You're currently driving the van. That's why, Cyber.
Oh, right.
You don't remember the van because you think it's a car.
Beneath your feet, the wheel in your hands, the man in the back of the van.
Moving very slowly because I am driving.
Yeah. True. I'm actually walking next to the van.
Yeah.
Hello.
If David decided to pick up the pace, Cyber in the van
he would overtake the van.
I could run past you in my van.
That's what would happen.
I'm wearing Vans. I'm moving faster than your van. How does that feel?
Worthy opponent.
So small talk. How are we doing, guys? How are we doing?
Doing pretty good.
I'm
reading Percy Jackson. Still, I think I mentioned this on a different podcast. I don't know what order these things are going to come out, but I'm reading Percy Jackson. And this is...
I love those books.
Me too, and I think it's important. I think it might tie into the topic today. But fuck, there's a lot of ocean stuff in it.
Percy Jackson's a great series. I've only read them once, but I'm hoping to read them again before the series comes out. I plan to get reading them this week, but that's only if I finish 300 pages of the book I'm currently on. And more fun fact about Whoover, I'm a slow fucking reader.
I feel you, buddy.
Let's just say
I'm actually a quick enough
12
reader.
books in a year. I get about 2.
How many books have I read this year so far?
I don't know.
Should we know this?
I haven't been studying for my David quiz. God damn it.
6. Well, David's counting in his head. The other 2 boys in this.
I got jump scared by a slow cooker.
Just as a curious
11 books. I've read 11 books this year. I'm on my 12th.
Turtle Guy, you can't say that as if it was a normal sentence. Repeat that fucking sentence.
Okay, we're recording, and I am the only person awake in my house currently, and I heard like sizzling. It is my slow cooker, and it jump scared me, and I genuinely did not know what it was.
It was actually a rattlesnake that I put into your bed.
Well, it's okay, because I'm not in my bed.
Where are you?
I've got a question for you boys.
Then I hate to inform you, there's a rattlesnake loose in your home.
Oh no, don't worry.
It is breach containment.
He does
I I have a question for you boys. This isn't to do with the topic, but just a curious question. When we're doing these pods, what do you envision? Like, do you picture the four of us like sat together on a couch, or how do you envision this?
I'm trapped in
I
a
envision
room,
myself
and
wallowing in my own sweat.
Your voices are just.
I
I'm
imagine.
in the room.
I imagine us sitting at a table with like a mic each, which is not remotely close to the case.
The padded cell comes to mind.
The closest
I
that
don't
we've been.
picture anything.
Neither
do you
do
guys
I.
picture a thing? I just picture me sitting in my fucking chair.
Sometimes I picture us in like.
farts.
Sometimes I picture us in like a spaceship or like an escape pod, and then like the outside is space, but we're all sitting around a desk with a microphone.
Podcast,
exactly, yeah. It's stuck in my head. It's still subconsciously is there. The closest we've ever been to a situation like that, ignoring the spaceship, but we've been on a couch and 2 seats, so not on one singular couch, but that's the closest we've been to.
I don't like the idea of being pushed into a couch, all 4 of us.
Sorry,
I kind of picture us on this like L kind of couch.
Oh, we did.
Which had us. Oh well. Okay.
I picture us sitting around the campfire, tin
There
of
was a
beans
logo
in
that I
hand,
drew
rifle
with
slung over my
me,
shoulder.
Maybe we'll have an
David
episode like that.
sitting around a table. But that was before
Sitting
Whoover
on
was
toilet.
dubbed into the
Officially.
pod.
That was
I
How do
kind
you
of
imagine
picture.
Being
I
a
kind
thing,
of picture
because
us
to
at
me,
like an L. Oh, sorry, David. You go on.
Yeah,
Well, I was
there's
gonna
a
say
lot
it's
of
just
overlap.
hard to picture Hoover not being. Well, I say this even though this is the
he's a
first episode
founding
I've had
member.
with Hoover in 4 trillion years, but regardless. Yeah, it's just
Time
weird to
sure
imagine.
flies, doesn't it?
Time flies when you're recording podcasts.
Around
Around
we're
the
talking
campfire
over.
with your boys.
Oh, I hit a button. Sorry, I hope that didn't make any
What
sense.
button?
I heard
Oh,
that.
button.
I hit a
What
L1.
am I
I
You
hearing?
hit
just see nukes flying off, and we're
My
like,
slow
oh.
cooker!
Dude, your slow
What's going
cooker. The turtle guy's slow cooker is. It was like the shard from
Ah,
Transformers 2.
cooker.
It's become sentient and it's transforming. More than
I
meets
think
the
it's
eye.
the same age as me.
Really?
Okay,
That's a slow cook.
The slower the cook.
that's
The slower the
that's
cook.
one slow cook.
Let him cook.
Let
Is what they
him
said.
cook.
3 years later,
We're starving. Please cook. But I have not
please
a.
cook.
I don't actually have a lot of small talk. I'm just being really busy. Almost, but not quite, but almost at the point of just collapsing from exhaustion. But I'm not there yet, so we might as well
Don't do
push the
that.
boundaries. We
You
might
gotta
as well
just,
keep
like,
going.
Do like I genuinely think you would benefit from just doing one less thing.
I think so
One
too.
less
Yeah.
thing.
No, I think so
Just
too.
pick
I've been
one
talking
thing
about
and say,
this.
I'm not doing anymore.
Not us.
I've been
You
talking
can't-
about
you
this
can't
with
undo
people.
Us.
And
You can't undo us. Keep us.
I mean, undo me if you want. I don't give a shit. Good luck
No.
hosting a podcast without me, dickhead.
So guys,
But
what I was
I
trying to
will
say
do
is
it.
he's ending the channel now.
No, not at all, not at all. We have not finished season 2 of The Walking Dead
daring
yet.
turtle guy. You can't get rid of
Oh
me.
fuck, you're right. We haven't
Season
played that game
2
in
of The
100
Walking
years.
Dead. Oh,
We really
no.
do need to do that.
Oh
Probably record that
no.
one. Hey,
Yeah,
what
we
about,
should.
what about that Transformers series? Hey, what about?
Hey, Transformers we are doing, and Minecraft will.
Don't you dare
Exist.
say I will come
No, I
to
said
your
it will
house.
exist. I said it will exist.
Okay. Thought you were
It
gonna say
will
we needed
exist.
footage.
It will.
It will. Everything that
When?
I've said I will do
Will
will
it
eventually
or will it
happen.
not?
There's just a lot of
Date.
different things. I can't do that, Hoover. You know I can't do that. That is an unfair ask.
Sometime between now and the heat death of the universe, there will be
Sometime
another video.
between
I love how
now
there was a
and the
version where we
rest of
thought we'd have Spider-Man and possibly Spider-Man Miles Morales done.
No, we would
before
never have
Spider-Man
Spider-Man
2.
Miles Morales done. But originally I hoped to get Spider-Man 1 done. But we are. That is.
Spider-Man.
It's still a fun series, though. I'm very much enjoying it.
We're gonna
Have
play
we
it
all
after
pre-ordered
this,
it?
aren't we?
I think it's
I
a
didn't pre-order.
fun. I think it's a fun. I did. I caved.
It's a fun
I don't need
series.
money.
It's a
I
good
got
fun
paid,
series.
and I was
all the
like,
time.
"Well, I guess I didn't get paid because
Buying things instead of that. I'll just buy it the day it comes out. I don't need the digital deluxe or anything.
they'll probably be added. The skins, I'm assuming, will still be in the game. It's just you won't get them.
I think the
instantly.
skins are ugly as shit, to be honest.
I
with you,
think
so
the
don't really
Miles
care about
ones are
having
quite good. I actually like the Miles ones. The main Peter Parker ones, I'm not so fond of, but Miles has some sick skins. But anyway, we're probably unless Whoover is gonna pull a nice like 180. I'm assuming it's not a
Whoover
spider.
promised to read us a Reddit story today, so we're probably gonna do something.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
Okay, I feel like it's time to plunge into the depths here.
It's like a SpongeBob transition.
You guessed it, folks. It's depths. The
oh my God.
What's my English? What's the English
sequel.
word for the long-awaited sequel? That's what I want to say. The long-awaited sequel, the part 2 of Heights. Because originally we were going to do Heights and Depths as one episode, but we realized we just never stopped talking about Heights.
Yeah, exactly.
So depths, fellas.
But this is physical depth.
Do you like
It's not like deep.
Depths, like physical depths, like diving deep into the ocean or going deep into a cave.
So there's nothing existential about this, is there?
No, well, I mean, I get pretty existential in caves.
I saw a video of a guy in a cave, and he was in a chamber that was literally like, he was laying completely flat on his stomach, and he was moving through the thing, and it was like the tiniest little gap he was moving through, and he was genuinely saying that one wrong move he could get stuck there forever and die.
Yeah, well, that shit won't work for me.
Why the fuck do people do or not?
I'd just mine it. I would not work. I cannot. I like caves. I actually think they're cool, but
I like
from
the caves.
outside,
do you know those big open caves?
Yeah.
Where someone has taken the liberty of just kind of building a little wooden path with little lanterns. That's cool. I'm not going to dive into the devil's anus.
Yeah, not that one. We're not going those kind of caves. Fuck that.
Even in the woods, when you would like squeeze through those little gaps, that gave me so much anxiety playing that game. I hate
it.
Tight spaces.
And David also did send me...
Not a big cave fan.
No, not at all. And ever since David sent me a story that I had to listen to, and I would recommend everyone listening to it, called Ted the Caver.
Did you listen to that?
I listened to the whole thing in one go. I was like, what the fuck?
It's so good.
I hate the ending. It's a really good ending, but I hate the ending. It's really good, but that's why I hate it.
It's so upsetting.
I don't want to explain. I'm not going to explain anything about it, but everyone just look up Ted the Caver. There's loads of like narrated YouTube videos on it. It's really good.
Which one did you watch? I watched
Ted the Caver.
Ted the Caver.
Caver. It's basically the story of a guy called Ted who goes caving.
And it was written in real time, and he would put up like updates on a blog.
Yeah, as a blog.
But a lot of people have just narrated it, and it's so good.
It's really good. It's really good.
Ooh.
Yeah, fuck. It's so.
But anyway,
it makes my fucking skin crawl though.
Yeah, exactly. I fucking hate caves because
there's also a movie called The Descent.
Yeah, I want to watch that.
Who go in caving, and then they find this like.
Never mind. I was thinking of a different thing.
They find that the cave is full of these like prehistoric cave men. It's pretty horrifying though.
Ooh.
That like evolved separately from humans.
Oh no.
The giants.
No, they're not giants. They're more like golem things. They're like, if you've ever played Skyrim, they're like the Falmer.
I haven't, but I will.
Yeah.
I think I'd agree with David in this sense where I like the big open caves. Like if there's big open caves and you crack a rock and it's like the crystal on the inside, those caves are class.
Yeah.
And you're seeing all the stalactites and stalagmites and shit like that. But like as soon as the cave starts getting like narrow and like hard to maneuver, I'm like, no.
That's nature's way of telling you to fuck off.
That's kind of like
if
that's
you
nature's
die
way
in a
of saying
cave,
like
you deserved it.
this ain't going well for you.
Just shouldn't have gone in.
Yeah.
To be quite honest.
But the ocean.
Fuck the ocean.
I can fuck with the ocean.
A very small, minor story about depths in the ocean.
Well, do go on.
And it's not like a terrifying story or anything like that. It's just it's an inconvenient story for me.
I got swallowed by the megalodon. It really delayed my travel.
Every single time I hop into the ocean, the megalodon just shows up. No,
he's got beef with you specifically.
It's time to make you.
See, what's annoying about this is that it's not even a big depth. Every time, no matter what body of water it is, as soon as I go below, I would say 7 feet of water. Okay, as soon as I go below 7 feet of water, water like pushes into my ears and I always end up getting an ear infection.
Oh,
Every single time, without
that's not
fail.
where I thought that was going.
As soon as I go too deep into water, I get ear infections.
Really?
Interesting.
That's tough.
But specifically, American
When cyber
water.
is in the area.
It's
Specifically,
unrelated. I swear.
only American water. Because every
don't-
other water, every
It's
other
just the
water,
freedom.
is fine. As soon as I'm over in America, there's something the Americans put in their water.
There's something
That
in
gives me
the
ear infections.
water.
As soon as I'm below 7 feet, like if I'm in a swimming pool in America, and I go down to like the bottom where the floor is of the swimming pool, it's an ear infection. Like guaranteed, guaranteed.
Two things really quick. I like to imagine the way that Whoover describes that is like when he goes
Do
down,
not
so he
cover your ears.
just. What do you mean cover your ears? We're gonna get to
You
that.
wear ear-
Well,
That's
there are,
not
no,
cool.
there are earplugs, but I always I always forget about them. Two, they're annoying.
Turtle guy puts his hands on his ears when he jumps in and he tries to swim with
La,
just his
la,
legs.
la,
Everyone else
la,
plugs
la,
their
la,
nose.
la,
Everyone
la,
else
la.
holds their nose. He just covers his ears.
Turtle guy covered.
If someone jumped next to him and covered their mouth, it would be like, see no hear evil, hear no evil. Smell
way-
no evil. That's
Well, no evil, yeah.
Feel no evil, there's no flesh. But
Oh God, why would you say that?
yes, turtle guy bones. But the way Whoever
Bones.
described it, it just made it seem like he was able to just be at the depth. So I imagine Hoover just stepping off the ocean, just like floating down, like completely T-pose, all the way to the bottom. But also the fact that David said that it was the freedom in the water was fucking brilliant.
freedom.
I'm just imagining the waves crashing on America, and every time they crash and the swash comes in, it's just the sounds of eagles, like yeah, every time it crashes.
Yeah, it's the sound of a Ford Mustang pickup truck.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. But
The smell of the ocean.
that is
Cheeseburgers,
interesting.
Budweiser.
So Hoover,
So, yeah.
have you ever gotten an ear infection from swimming anywhere else, or is it just
Nope.
No.
So
American
he
water.
swims past the border to
Interesting.
either Mexico or Canada. His
He's
ears
cured.
are actually
Hey, what's
healthier than
Canadian
before.
water like?
I've never been to Canada, so I don't know.
I
Cold.
Frozen.
It's not instantly frozen at the borderline.
I can't confirm what it's like.
Can I confirm or deny?
No, I don't know what the Canadian water does to my ears.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, perhaps that is something that
Okay,
you could
so,
find eventually.
If you give us $1, we'll save it towards the Bring Hoover to Canada fund.
Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. We want to see what it does to the man's ears.
Bring Hoover to Canada again.
And drown him. I mean,
Again?
take him for a swim.
I have
But I'm
been
joking.
once, turtle guy, but I didn't hop into a pool.
Oh, okay. Or could someone? Can you send water?
Yeah, yes. Why would
Mail
you
us
not
some
be able
Canadian water.
to? No. What the fuck?
But it has to be
Why?
in the ocean.
Number
Like,
one, we
I
don't
don't
have a
know.
postal address, and number two,
Yeah, send it to our
Why?
PO box. Cyberprime's mothership. Space. That's it.
50 gallons
Low
should do
orbit.
the trick.
if you
No.
please, if you do manage to do that, please send it to Turtle Guy in an envelope. It would just be funny.
Oh my god, an envelope
It's
of
just
water.
wet.
He just gets a soggy envelope in the post. And it's just a little note that says, "Here, a little
Soggy
taste of
envelope.
Canada, you motherfucker."
To Canada via Germany, because those are post goes. Oh
funny.
man,
I was gonna say something.
yeah, that was
Do you
just
know
an
what,
interesting fact.
That is a weird thing. That's like your kryptonite, American water. Now we know how to
Yeah,
get
American water is my
Make your ear uncomfortable.
I have a kryptonite.
We know
Bullets.
stairs.
I have another kryptonite.
Oh, what's
Getting
your other
fucking shot in
kryptonite?
the head.
Well,
During an
funny.
earthquake.
So the topic of this week's episode is depths. Am I correct, Hoover?
Yep, you will
I keep
not-
thinking
it's not a
there's
trick.
death.
Well, no, I dislike.
do you fear death?
I dislike
Pirates.
depths.
So hang on.
Any time in
Wait.
like swimming lessons.
So, guys, the topic
Turbo,
of
do you
this
like
week's
anything?
episode
You
is
sound like
depth,
you're terrified of
death,
everything.
and
I
death.
like everything like the way it is. I like.
Capiche?
This is more proof he's an old man. He's stuck in his ways.
Like
Turtle
the
guy
teacups.
hates heights. He hates the depths. It's the
He
fine
just likes
medium. He's the
level,
Goldilocks.
flat land.
He's super
And,
flat world.
He wishes
if you
the Earth
were
was
like
flat,
salt
so he wouldn't
flat, to be
freak
like,
out
ah,
so
yes.
much.
You want to live in a salt flat? That is not a good place. I mean, it's great for racing, but just for survival, it probably wouldn't be the best.
There's a
Just
really
a
cool
nice flat
dinosaur
area.
documentary about an Allosaurus where they hunt on a salt flat and it's like sick as fuck. Anyway, that's not really related to either depths or whatever the fuck you were just talking about, Turtle.
Anyway, Turtle Guy, you were going to tell us a story. You're going to recount the origins of your fear
two
of the
stories.
depths.
I'm gonna go with the first one. I don't know why, but so I did swimming lessons.
Cool.
What do you mean you don't know why? To learn how to swim.
No.
It's not a trick.
Sorry.
What is the concept?
there
What do you
should
think they
have been
brought
the
you there so they
pause.
could fucking make you reproduce like a gremlin? Like, why else would they send you to... Look, you're an
It's
idiot.
just like, oh, this child needs to swim. Okay, so
Children
there
should
was
be taught how to swim. Children yearn for the
Why
ocean.
do you
was
word
one-
it that way?
there was one swimming
This
lesson.
child needs to
And
swim.
it was strange from the beginning, because the way swimming lessons work, and this makes no sense, you would have all the like students in the water, and the teacher
Okay.
would be just outside of the water wearing like a shirt and shorts.
Standing up where people can see their full body movement so they can direct them
Yeah.
how to use the limbs. Go on, Turtle
But what if
Guy.
a child drowned?
They would
They
simply
put
get
them in
into
the
the...
shallow end
Jump
where
in.
it's not
You'll
low
drown.
enough for them to drown.
Yeah, also, they
drowning
start in
doesn't
like the
work
baby
like
pool.
GTA Vice City. You don't just fall into water
Well,
and die.
funny you mentioned drowning. Me.
What?
You
drowned.
Where,
One day-
where is this going?
Did you
There
Turtle
were
Guy
two
drown?
teachers for
It's
some
actually a
reason.
ghost.
One was
And you
standing
still
up
drowned.
on the shore, and one was like in the water with us.
shore.
And I
The
don't.
shore.
This
Where
is
did
all
you
I
learn
have.
to swim? The lake?
I have an image of being handstands in the pool. The teacher was holding me by my legs, and my body was in the water, like my head was in the water, submerged. I think the plan was to do a handstand, but I was just being drowned. My parent was looking in through the observation window and was like, "What is the teacher doing? You were kicking your legs," and I was like, "I've seen things. My death."
I've seen things in the water.
The observation window makes it sound like it was some kind of scientific experiment.
Yeah. He was in a plunge pool.
Turtle Guy, it
With all
doesn't
the other
shock me
test
that you would
subjects.
find a way to drown yourself in knee-depth
I
water,
don't
you know?
why. I don't know why we were doing that. That was the first
You're
and
not
only
you're not good at
time.
anything, are you?
I can swim. Fuck you.
So
I
what,
have
you can
a
swim now?
level
Actually,
8 in
I've
swimming.
known you my whole
You
life.
do?
Level
I've
8.
never seen you
I
swim.
can swim. We
How many
went to
badges did you
swimming
get at swimming?
classes
I never
together.
watched you though.
Yes, you have seen me in a pool.
I don't remember that.
You've seen me. You've seen me.
Can we go
went,
swimming
do you
together?
Yeah,
Can we go
We
to
should.
water?
I've been
School,
trying
like-
to get everyone to go surfing, and it's
I
not
don't wanna go
working.
Turtle Guy,
surfing,
no get
man. I want to
feet
go
wet.
swimming.
What do you mean, Turtle Guy don't get feet wet? How the fuck do you swim?
How do you,
Maybe that's why you were doing a
That's
swim
why I used to
handstand.
swim.
Why
That
is
shit
your-
traumatized me.
He's in a giant
What?
hazmat suit, and he just plunges into the water.
Or do you wear like Doc Martens when you surf or something? Like what do you mean you don't get your feet wet? What does that mean?
It's ever
don't
since he
make
had a
sense.
handstand and his feet were above the water. He wants to keep it that way. That's his method of
I've seen
swimming.
Achilles and his heels. Gotta
Just
be
the
safe
one
around
heel.
this shit.
Oh man.
I want to see Turtle Guy swim because I want to know what your technique is. I bet it's pretty
that
bad.
teacher never returned, by the way. They showed up for one class,
that
tried to
teacher?
drown me, and left.
Patrick Bateman. I
That
saw a turtle
teacher,
drown in the
future
pool
David
the
in
other day.
disguise, trying to kill me.
I saw a small turtle-looking child in the pool the other day. I decided to drown him.
No, why were we doing handstands in the fucking?
I
Because
don't
it's-
think we
because it's
were.
fun.
You were.
You
maybe-
weren't there.
Maybe you've
What do you mean?
sank
You
Turtle
just
Guy
said it
and
was.
someone was
No,
grabbing you to pull you
I did
up.
lessons, and then
Sounds like you
I
took
did
the wrong
lessons,
fucking
and then every
lessons
so
there.
often the school would be like, "Hey, children, go to the pool." You know, remember that?
They just open the door and let you run across and just
The
seek
the
out the
bus.
pool. Oh right, okay.
And then we just do like maybe for an hour.
This is not relevant at all. These details matter not to the story you're telling.
We're going back to
I
the
have
old version of
another
Turtle
one
Guy
that I'm
where
gonna
you
run out of
randomly
deep. I'm gonna run out
Just
of depth.
say.
go for it.
My last one is that there would be, I don't know if it was this game or challenge or thing you would have to do, but they'd throw like this ring into the water, into the pool.
Yeah, and then you'd swim down, grab it, and catch it before anyone else. I love that game.
Yeah. I could not do it. I would swim down, my body float back up. Swim down, body float back up.
Well, that's why you have to put enough force to stop that from happening.
Or
did.
empty your lungs either. That's another way.
Ah, my lungs
yeah.
were too big.
No,
Do you know
that's
that
not-
happened
that's not
when
what it
they were
means.
filming an episode of Always Sunny? There was a part where they were all supposed to be floating at the bottom of a room full of water, but Danny DeVito was too buoyant, so they actually had to weigh him down.
That was my issue. I clearly was too buoyant.
I wouldn't be proud.
Maybe you
That's-
were.
these are all the deep stories I have. Maybe. Yeah, no,
That
I
was a
think
pretty
that's
deep
it.
collection.
Oh, I tried to teach my cousin how to swim.
You're the
forgot
last
to
person
tell
I would
him one
trust with a
thing.
child in a body of
No, it
water.
wasn't. They were not a child at the time.
They were 28 years of age, and
Close
you were
enough.
6.
Close enough. Sounds about right.
Can I
So
teach you how to ride a bike?
Wait, what did he
Totally
forget? Wait,
unrelated.
what did Turtle Guy forget? He said he forgot to teach them one thing.
Breathe.
How to breathe?
Oh, for fuck's
Oh my
sake,
god, I
Turtle
wasn't
Guy.
even wrong.
God
You're an
damn
idiot.
it.
Why were you being trusted to teach someone anything? I would
They
not
asked
learn
me-
anything.
They
from you.
asked me personally, oh hey, how to swim? The breathing was implied.
The breathing was implied. You're an idiot. You're.
If you're submerged in water, I feel like the breathing is slightly different. So you might
Yeah,
need
the
a little bit
actual
of help.
method of doing it is
Yeah, you gotta
Are we
tilt
still
your
on
head.
about Turtle Guy drowning?
Yeah, and also now
No, he's-
causing
he
the
also-
drowning of others.
Yeah, he's passing on his trauma.
Turtle
Although-
Turtle Guy's real name? Patrick Bateman. Anyway, Turtle, can I
Why are
teach you
we
to
doing
ride a
this?
bike, please?
You get me a bike and
Turtle
some
Guy,
like
do you not
shoulder
know how to ride a
pads.
bike?
No, he doesn't know how to ride a bike. That's why I was so shocked when I found out he could swim.
I can swim, or at least float. I cannot drown. I
cannot
have-
You
drown.
just opened this thing with telling a story of how you almost drowned.
I cannot drown.
Well,
The
yeah,
sea
because
fears
how
me.
not to drown?
The
Don't
sea
let
fears-
someone hold your legs up.
I
I'll
cannot
drown you.
drown. Poseidon doesn't want me.
I
Poseidon
swear
can have me when
to
he deserves me.
fuck, we're going swimming.
I want
see
to do
Turtle
that
Guy
at some
swim.
point,
I
and I want
see
to
how
bring
he-
a
I wanna see
fucking
his
surfboard.
approach.
Why
I
can't can
want
we
to
do
see Turtle
this
Guy
first
on the
swimming
coast?
surfboard.
slash
Cool.
float.
I want to surf.
I missed out on
David,
the
you can
heights.
teach me how to bike.
I'd love to. I missed out on the heights thing, so this is kind of a double whammy. And I was away
Okay.
recently. I was in Greece, and we were at the beach, and there was a diving platform in the middle of the ocean. Not the middle of the ocean, but like not in the shallow. You couldn't kill yourself jumping off it unless you did it really wrong. But
Wait. Did you tell this story on an episode recently?
about me doing a flip,
And then landing on your back and winding yourself, and you had to sit on it for about half an hour?
maybe, but this is relevant here.
I've done that before.
I did a flip off and I slammed back first onto the water. And I just like had to stop because I was in such pain. It was the worst feeling I've ever had in my life. But it was
Landing
just
on
I
your
don't know.
back is a lot of pain.
But how did you
There's
get
always
back
sunburns
from
up.
there? Did you just have to like force yourself to move, or like was there a path? Did you have like the frost shoes from Minecraft, or like how did you get back to shore?
He did.
I swam, but I
He
didn't.
didn't. He's still there.
I did- I'm actually coming at you live from Poseidon's palace.
Poseidon's palace.
No,
He's like-
I just sat on the diving platform, like the concrete bit that it was on top of.
Oh
I
damn!
just sat on that.
Hmm.
Yeah, I looked like Ariel, if Ariel was a little sunburned blonde boy. With some back pain.
No.
I like the water though. I like swimming. I like it a lot. I like just hanging out in the water. But my problem comes with the ocean when you can't see what's under you. I don't like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
That's
I
freaky.
like
Of
water.
the unknown.
but as soon as it gets too dark and as soon as you get too low, that's when things start getting freaky.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like I'm just gonna see a face.
Question.
Which
Coming
leads
out
me
of the
to
water.
my question. Oh, Turtle, you have a question. You
I have
fire
a
away
question for
first.
Which would you rather, explore the depths of the ocean or explore the depths of space?
Space.
Or which do you find more scary?
I think space is less scary, even though that probably doesn't make any sense. And the reason I think it's less scary is because it's so difficult to imagine.
Yes.
It's
I
such
agree
an
with that.
unknown. But like not a scary unknown. My brain can't comprehend it nearly. Whereas water, you know there's stuff in it.
Water.
You know there's water in the bowl. But you know the ocean has fish and it has whales and sharks and fucking
And it
giant
has
squid.
those
But that's
creepy anglerfish.
Exactly. So you know there's stuff there. The scary unknown
mean
is that
the
there could be
alien from
something
Ben
worse
10?
than there. So
Yeah, it's when you look down
Yeah,
and you see everything
fish-
movement shift and it's just a giant eye.
Fish
Exactly.
gets
Or
a
giant
lot
teeth.
weirder the deeper,
the
you
deeper
go.
you go, yeah.
Or shark
There's
tail?
a fish that evolved so its head is transparent, so it can look up and you can see its eyes and its brain
Yeah, it's
in
freaky.
its head, which is just not cool. It's just
Yeah.
not cool.
Did you ever
which
hear the
is-
bony-eared ass fish?
For fuck's sake.
What?
I'm gonna look up a picture to make sure that this is real.
It's a real thing. It's just when we were talking about deep sea fish. It's
I'm
a
searching
freaky
this
looking
up.
little fella. But yeah, it's called a bony-eared ass
Oh,
fish.
that actually looks
Weird
kind of cool.
ass fish.
Yeah.
In a weird, messed up
Tasty?
kind of way. It looks hairy, which is interesting.
That is weird.
But do you want to know something else that's deep?
My balls? I don't know why I said that.
No, we're talking about physical deepness, and to you, I present the world's
Purely physical
deepest,
deepness.
the world's deepest hole, called, and I shit you not, this is the actual name of it, the Kola Super Deep Borehole. it is called the Super Deep Hole, and it is in Russia, and it is a scientific drilling project, and it's let me find out exactly how deep it's going. It's 40,230 feet. Or 12,262 meters, a height that Hoover probably thinks he could take if he jumped. And it's closed now. It's closed since 1995. Hoover, no.
Damn! Who
and
opened it? Who was responsible? I bet it was that guy I know.
I have two theories.
I can
They're trying to
find
get
out.
diamonds,
It's a scientific
or they're trying to
experiment.
dig their way over to America.
Yeah,
just drop a
diamond ships
grenade
start
down the
appearing
hole.
at like Z level
Just comes out the
13,
other
right?
side.
They threw it back up.
Let me see what happened. The geophysical examinations. It was all to study rocks, essentially. They found
Sure
like
it
a
was.
metamorphic transition between rocks. They found They found microscopic plankton fossils, which is kind of interesting.
SpongeBob?
And they also found mud that was
Who brought the
boiling with
microscope down?
hydrogen. What the fuck? No, Hoover, they brought it. No, Hoover, they didn't bring. Never mind. They also had to conduct a giant. As far as I can tell, they had to conduct a giant experiment and initiative to help recover a tool that accidentally got dropped down the hole. So before they could continue drilling, they had to set up this big operation to grab whatever fell. It doesn't say what fell. It
So
could have
they
been
drop
anything.
a
some guy's
screwdriver.
keys or something.
Yeah, ding, 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 ding.
So they just got a really long stick with some chewing gum at the end of it, and they just went.
Someone dropped their keys down the hole. Hey, does
just
anyone have
said
their
that.
keys for? No. Oh, did you?
Oh.
The whole conversation we just had.
It does. There's a weird like
guy.
superstructure on the surface of it, and it looks quite strange. It's like a monument of Death Stranding or Legend of Zelda. I don't know how else to
Can you
describe
imagine
it.
walking along though, just in the Russian?
It's in the
tundra?
wilderness.
So that's
Yeah,
a
no,
weird
it
thing
is.
to be doing.
It's in the wilderness.
First of all, so imagine you're just walking along like some
It's
fucking
in the middle of the wilderness,
Russian
in the middle
Yeah.
of
hunter
trees.
is like looking to shoot.
No,
a
there's not
grizzly
even
bear,
trees.
and he just falls down a hole forever. Like he's
Well,
just
but this is what I mean. There's a superstructure. There's like a tower on top of it covering the hole, or at least to the side of it.
Oh,
Well, that's
okay.
cheating. If you build a tower on top of it, of course it's gonna be a deep
It's not a
hole.
hole anymore.
It's
If
also
you drill the hole through every floor of the Burj Khalifa and you said that's one hole,
no.
that's a deep hole.
This is no. It's only the hole itself only is through the ground, like from the ground downwards. But they built a tower above it to let everyone know it's there, and I'm presuming
What
for
if
the
the
workers to
structure
live there.
support the tower like breaks? Does the tower just like
What if
fill
I
up the
slide
hole?
tackle the tower?
Slide down the
It'll
tower?
probably break your legs like it's concrete. It's not
Oh,
gonna
okay.
like
I always
crumble.
thought it was like made of wood or something.
No, it's a concrete like. It looks.
And
I
they
think it's
have
about.
What if I
mega
piss
drill
down the hole?
supported by this wood.
I'd say it's about 4. I don't even know if you can go in. There might not be anything in it, but it could just be like a warning. But like.
Is it guarded?
I don't know. It's been out of use since
Guarded by the Guardian of the Hall.
1995.
How
It's
do
been
you,
out of use since
Did they
How
fill
did
it
the
in?
1995.
hole become out of use?
Its type as a scientific borehole.
Did they fill
But-
it in or something, or like what did they do?
I'll find out.
There's just
put
a
a piece
little
of
bit of
paper over it.
tape.
They
Just a cone on top
grew,
of it.
they just grew tired of
Just
the
a traffic
whole.
cone.
Status.
They were all just like, who wants to dig a
Whoa,
giant
hang on.
hole? And then they were like, at some point, like a year later, they were like, this hole's kind of boring now.
Oh,
Let's make another
no.
one
That's
somewhere
literally,
else.
you know what it is? It's like when you're at the beach and you start digging a hole, and then any man within like 50 meters comes over and helps you. Next thing you've got a scientific experiment in your hands, and you're like, well, shit, the police are going to arrest us. We better
That's
cover
what
this up.
exactly
Oh,
how it
whoa,
started.
whoa.
This
This
is
is interesting.
Someone just came along with a drill.
Yeah.
This is
Someone's like,
interesting.
my buddy's got a drill. If you want to
the-
get digging on that hole,
The drill, the
Dive and drop
drilling,
the drill down.
the drilling was terminated in 1995 because of a lack of funds. But in 2008, the company was completely liquidated due to unprofitability. But the site has been visited by visitors, and they've seen and taken
Well, who
pictures.
else would be visiting it?
No, but they've like unrelated, like not scientists, not company people, just random people have visited the area, and they've taken pictures and shown that the structure that was on top of the borehole has been destroyed, and the borehole itself has been welded shut. And
Oh,
I don't
shit.
think there's
Damn.
been any explanation.
What did they let
The
out?
Forbidden Glory hole has been covered up.
It's
guys.
it's also I don't think it's as big
Guys,
as I thought
what
it
if it's
was.
actually
I'd say
the
it's only
devil's
about the
toilet?
width of a person.
That's like the devil's bidet at best.
I think it's about the width of a person.
The hole
But-
on the width of a person?
Why would you make it the
Yeah, the
width
hole.
of a person? That's like asking
That's
for trouble.
suspicious.
Oh,
How many bodies are there?
Cyber, I had a
but-
much bigger hole. I
No,
had
I
a
thought it
hole
was-
the size of the
I thought
devil's
it was like a
toilet
drill
pictured
size.
in my mind.
I'm glad you had the
Not
picture
the,
in your
like, the
mind
size
right there,
of a
Hoover.
person.
But I also thought it was massive as well. But then when I look at the picture, maybe it is just the way the picture's taken, but it does look a bit smaller.
That's so disappointing. That's so disappointing.
I know, but
The
at least they
size
discovered some
of a
fossilized
human-
plankton.
And someone
Cyber, get
dropped
out.
their
How dare
keys
you,
in it.
Barb?
But hey, they put it on a post stamp in
How do
1987.
you even manage that? That's like similar to like dropping your phone down like a grate along the road. Like
I fear that constantly.
extremely rare chances,
Really?
you know.
I was dropping something down a grate.
You also
Maybe
fear
not
having to come across like a slight step up into a building as well. That's another fear of yours.
But wait, so have you ever dropped anything down a grate? Because that
Money.
counts
No.
as deep. How much money are we talking about here, Turtle Guy?
€5. I was bankrupt afterwards.
You're an idiot. I used to be terrified of those things. Those grates.
I used to be
What
terrified
are
they'd
they?
My
fall,
dad
so I
made
wouldn't
them,
stand on them.
Technically.
I fell down one of those once.
My dad did. You get no suit.
My dad
You
did
got
not
no
make
case.
them.
My dad
No,
didn't
my-
make that one.
What? No, it was actually at our school, Thurley, in primary school. Like, I was like 5 or 6. It was one of those. It wasn't one of those little storm drains. It was like a big metal kind of manhole thing. But it was old and rusted, and so
Nobody
like an
cried?
intelligent child, I just kept jumping on it, and I remember falling into it.
And when he fell,
I
it went
know
like...
there was a
brr,
bit
brr,
of concrete.
How do you feel about those now that you've read it?
Well, actually, that was what I was going to say. Those storm drains used to terrify me because when I was a kid, my dad described that scene from it to me. I didn't even see it. He just described the scene to me, and it
Oh, your
terrified
dad sounds
me.
evil.
He is. He's an evil man.
He's
right next door, I hope he
secretly
hears
a
me saying that.
dancing clown.
It terrified me. I was so afraid that I would just see eyes coming looking up at me
It's me.
from the storm drain.
Hey David,
from
it's
the-
me.
Me, turtle guy.
Even scarier than an interdimensional clown or whatever he is.
So,
She, technically.
Anyway.
Dang it.
another terrifying place to see eyes is the Laurentian Abyss, where they
Yeah.
hit Megatron, actually.
I was just
Fun
gonna say, is that
fact
where they
on
drop
Transformers.
Megatron?
It is, yeah. It's
He's,
an
no, he's
underwater
not. They killed the
valley
little one.
that is 3.7 miles deep, or 6 kilometers. And it's
Okay.
fucking scary. It's ecosystem. It has hydrothermal vents with their own ecosystem, which basically fills in for the lack of sunlight. And there's a bunch of organisms as well as gastropods. Are they octopuses?
No, that's something else.
Yeah, and
No, gastropods.
Cephalopods.
and epifauna. What is a gastropod? Oh, it's like slugs.
Yeah.
So there's
Yeah.
there's giant
Sea slugs.
slugs down in the deepest part of the ocean apparently. And
No, no,
Transformers:
no,
Revenge of the
hammerhead
Fallen.
sharks were vibing around. Remember that?
Oh, what? Sorry, repeat.
Did you ever play Subnautica?
No, I want to.
That's
That
one of the
was
scariest
great
games
fun.
I've ever played in my entire life.
I really want to. I have not
It's
had
so
the pleasure
fucking
of trying
terrifying. Like later on in the game, less so because you start going so deep that you kind of forget you're underwater nearly. But like the initial
Yeah.
parts, when you first get to like the first drop off to the deep, it's like my feet tingle when I play it. There's one specific area that makes me so scared when I play it. I'm like, oh, I don't like it. Even thinking about it, I'm like, oh.
There's
It's that thing I was saying where you
something.
don't know what's there, but you know there's
There's
something.
something very scary about being in the water and like you can see the ground beneath you, and then all of a sudden there's like a sudden drop and it's
Yeah.
just ocean upon ocean and you cannot see the floor.
It's just
It's
shadow.
always such
I
a
will
sudden
admit that
drop
is creepy.
off as well.
Yeah, in every depiction.
It's like a Nemo. Do you ever see Nemo? Of
I
course
think
you've
that
seen
is.
Nemo.
I think that is like an explanation thing though, because I think continental crusts.
Yeah,
The
I think that's
continental-
how it works.
Yeah, it can drop off because then lower down is the younger oceanic rock, which is heavier, and it gets pushed
I guess that
down.
makes sense. It's
Yeah,
fucking
I've seen
terrifying.
Aquaman.
Eternal guy, you did physics. You should know this.
That's one of my
I
favorite
did
weird
physics.
running gags. Turtle guy did physics. It doesn't mean
I
anything.
was.
But it's true though. It is a genuine fact.
No.
It's history.
In the
So,
making.
Hoover, do you have any other interesting deep stories or any other deep directions that you want to give us? I've
Well-
been given the deep facts. David's been given the deep experiences, and
I
Turtle Guy's
actually
been given the deep
I
fears.
actually had a query for some of you. I actually had a query.
Quirios.
And we're going to be very careful along this query to not reference anything. But if you had the opportunity,
What do you reference?
I was actually
to-
thinking this. I think I know what you're going to say.
if you had the opportunity to explore the deep dark ocean below, like go right down to the bottom in a completely safe submarine, like a completely
Some
like
20,000 leagues under
secure
the sea shit.
submarine, would you do it? Like explore, like
No.
just to see what's down
Oh
there?
God!
No.
I don't. Am I guaranteed to come back? Am I guaranteed to make
Let's
the journey?
say let's say if nothing down there was to prevent
The submarine is
your stop. The submarine can
Oh,
function down
fuck.
there
No,
and
that's
bring you back
Zulu.
up, but
Yeah, I
you've
was
not
gonna
a
say-
clue what's down there.
That would just my mind will be shattered.
Try
I'll
to
come up
dog
screaming
shake.
and
It's wonderful.
tearing apart flesh. If I had like a Atlantis Milo's Adventure submarine that could take on like a giant Robo Lobster,
Oh,
I'd be
the
high.
Atlantis ship, that was so
They
cool.
were sick. That was a sick movie. I fucking love that movie.
That
Make
was a
that a live
class
action.
movie.
You reference that movie an awful lot. I should
I
watch
really enjoy it. It's actually so good. The sequel not
It's
so good,
actually
but
a
it's still
very cool
fun.
one.
Yeah, it
it. I
actually
like the
is
main
genuinely
guy's
good.
design. I like
Yeah,
his
the
The
main
design.
guy's
sequel's
design-
bonkers. The sequel is absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, it just-
and
it
has
just
nothing
goes
to
away
do
from
with the sea
Atlantis.
afterwards.
Yeah.
It goes away from Atlantis entirely.
It's still called Atlantis though.
They like travel across America. and
Yeah,
shit
they go
like
to
that.
the desert. I'm
And you
pretty
got,
sure.
your ears started ringing when they got to America. What the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, my ears started getting like really sore.
Like, ow, what the fuck? No is the answer to that question.
I probably
For me,
wouldn't.
anyway.
I'd let someone else
Let me
do it,
ask you
take
this.
some pictures, and then I'd look at the pictures.
Let me ask you this: Is
Take
my
some
name,
pictures, send
is
it
my
back
name
to
James
me.
Cameron? Did I direct Titanic? Didn't fucking think so. Do you know
I
he was down in
also-
his little submarine when 9/11 happened? He came up, and they were like, "Oh, how was the trip? Oh, pretty good. Yeah, by the way, 9/11 happened."
Jesus.
They obviously didn't say like 9/11 happened because
That is
doesn't
scary.
mean anything. Yeah, it's kind of wild.
It's like
but
being
he
in
loves
space.
doing that shit. This is so unrelated, but kind of related. There's a
on.
really cool part of the comic Why the Last Man, where the plot of Why the Last Man is that every mammal in the world with a XY chromosome dies at once.
Mhm.
But at the very end of one of the volumes, it cuts to space, to the International Space Station, and there's 2 male astronauts on it, and 1 female. So it's like, oh shit, they were unaffected. And the second they get down to Earth, they just immediately die.
Interesting.
Oh shit.
But they die of fire, so you don't know if the plague got them or not.
Ah.
But anyway,
Oh damn.
I just think that's a madness. Imagine you were in the ocean, James Cameron style, and you come up to the surface and you're like,
And then Unicron's just been chilling up in the sky.
Unicron's there, and you're like, oh, well, I
What?
guess I should probably go back to the depths.
What? Well, yeah, that's okay. That's another
Back
thing.
to
if,
the depths.
If we're in back to the depths I go. But if deep
It
space,
seems I'm not wanted here. Back to the depths.
I feel like this is more space talk. But if we're talking deep space, there is the possibility of just something organic or like alive being that big as Unicron. Like that is technically possible, and that is technically
Well,
fucking freaky as shit.
Yeah, there was a.
I mean, you're right, but I don't want to see that.
my
neither
favorite,
do
one
I.
of my favorite ideas for aliens is like things that live in space. They don't live on a planet.
Yeah, they
Like
just
way big
chill.
from Ben 10. They just like live.
Did you
space.
I did
did
not
anyone
know that.
see that movie called Life?
No, I never did.
This is the second time this has
Gosling
been referenced.
And Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
I've referenced this
I
before.
think it was you
We
as
talked about it on
referenced
the
it as
moon
well.
episode.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of like what you're on about. They find this like, now it's a tiny like microscopic alien floating in space, and they like take it back on their spaceship, and then it like starts evolving and getting stronger and like killing members on the space station. You're like, oh shit.
Oh, is
Oh,
that that
snap.
film?
Yeah, that's
yeah,
that film.
That's that film. It's life.
I'm really glad you woke up, Turtle Guy. That was nice.
Turtle guy was in deep sleep. Hey.
Yeah,
Whoa!
hey! Can we talk about
Um,
dreams? Does that count or no?
No, we're talking about physical depths.
If you want to talk about
physical
dreams, that could be a
depths.
different episode for you to host.
Oh,
Yeah,
so that's Turtle Guy, Lord of Dreams.
Yeah.
But I
sure.
actually have a very niche
I am the
reference
sun.
for you
Oh.
guys. Did anyone ever watch Dinotopia?
What is Dinotopia?
David?
Which one?
Hey!
What
There
do
is
you
two.
mean, which
there's
one?
There's the series and then there's the movie. So
Did you ever see the animated movie?
no, not the anime. Oh shit, am I thinking of the wrong?
I saw the animated movie.
Anyone
There is a
ever
live
watched
action movie. as
Dino
well.
King, or whatever.
I watched
the
Dinosaur
Dinosaur King, yeah!
Yeah.
one
Save it for the
time.
dinosaur episode.
Okay, we'll save that for the dinosaur
Dinotopia essentially, they somehow it's about these like two brothers and their
Two
dad.
brothers.
That are dinosaurs?
And they somehow
idiot.
From our
they
imagination.
somehow travel
Barney?
back in time by going deep underwater in a submarine, and they travel back in time to when dinosaurs are still alive on this island.
It's like Godzilla
Yeah,
level.
and it's like a dinosaur society. There's like people.
Yeah, there's a dinosaur society, and on
funny
top of
thing
that,
about
the
that
dinosaurs
is-
talk.
Yes. Some of them do. I think some of them don't.
Yes, some dinosaurs can talk.
The funny
Others
thing
not so
about that
much.
is, if you translate that, dino means terrible. So it's a terrible society.
Terrible.
Oh,
So I would not want to live there.
interesting. I wonder
That
if
reminds me of
intentional.
two things. No, it's just because dinosaurs.
That's
Dino means terrible lizard. Dinosaur means terrible lizard.
kind of
Um,
cool.
The thing I was
Go
going to
on.
say. Yes, that reminds me of two things. First of all, there was this TV series called Atlantis
Mm.
about a
Oh.
guy who did the same thing. He was in a
I
little
watched that
submarine,
series. I watched
and he
that
goes
series.
down
did
into the
same
ocean,
thing.
and he gets time travels to Atlantis when it was on the surface
I
before it
don't
got.
think I've seen that.
And he hung out with Pythagoras and Hercules.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. What, did they dip right before shit went down?
I don't know because I think they cancelled it. But he
bugger.
The
was
funny
from the
thing
modern
is-
day, and his name was Jason. And I don't know if he's supposed to be Jason of the Argonauts. I can't remember. But the
I
thing is,
think
he
he
goes back in
was.
time, and then he just kind of forgets about the fact that he's not from
Yeah.
that time. He just lives there, and he's fine with it.
He's
he
not
was
like,
looking for
yeah,
his
I should
dad.
warn
It's
these
really
guys.
funny. I love that show because it's so funny. It did get cancelled, but it was so funny because he travels back in time, and you're like, whoa, he's gone back in time, and now he has to figure out his life in this new world. And then season 2 happens, and it's like, yeah, so I'm Jason. I live in ancient Rome now, or ancient Greece.
Ancient Greece.
Is it like an
And he's just, like,
MTV
fine with it.
interview? Is that how it's framed? Like, hey, I'm Jason. I live
No,
here
no,
now.
he just like
It's like
an
a
acknowledges
BBC
things
show.
from the modern day. He just never once
The
acknowledges it.
BBC.
Oh,
He's
Yeah,
not like, I need to
interesting.
get home. He's just like, I live here now.
I've
And he
never
lives
heard
with
of this.
Pythagoras and Hercules. Hercules is played by the guy who played the king in Game of Thrones. If anyone's seen Game of Thrones, like the king in the first season,
No.
Rob or whatever.
Is it like a
it's-
sitcom? Is it a funny thing or what?
No,
Is it?
it's
No,
like
it's like a drama. It's like a
drama.
period drama.
Oh,
yeah.
oh, interesting.
there's like monsters. I think he kills the Minotaur in the first episode. Yeah, wait, I think he is a.
He is meant to be Jason of the Argonauts, but like
Yeah.
they completely ignore the fact that he travels back in time through a submarine.
Yeah, that literally is never brought up
Like,
again. He's just running around in
entirely.
tow. You said season 2. In this first season, I feel like they stopped mentioning that.
No,
I feel like you
he
could probably
gets
make
there.
the Atlantis series as set in Atlantis then, without the need
Yeah, you
for
could
time
have just
travel.
started it there. The whole
Yeah,
joke is
they
that
could've.
Hercules is like a washed up thing. That's actually a pretty good idea. It's pretty funny.
Actually, I need to search this up. Like, why wasn't?
But while
never
you're looking that
this?
up, the other thing I was reminded of was Journey to the Center of the
Oh
Earth.
yes, I
The
have
movie?
seen that one.
The book, the movie. But
I actually
There's
think I've read
multiple
a little bit
movies.
of the book as well. Yeah, there is.
the
There's an
thing I
old-
really like about the Brendan Fraser version of the movie, it's really ugly. That's not what I like about it. If it was a
Brendan.
better looking movie, I think it would be more fondly remembered because it's a really cool idea. Because the book was written by Jules Verne, isn't it Jules Verne? It is Jules
Guy
Verne.
that
Yes,
did
I think.
80 Days.
Yes.
Damn, that guy was made a lot of iconic adventure stories.
Yeah, and 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
God damn, he was pushing limits. He was going to all sorts of depths.
There's apparently a series coming out of that.
But the book
Really? Oh yeah, because it's connected. Sorry, carry on.
With
in the Brendan Fraser Journey to the Center of the Earth movie, the book is in it, written by Jules Verne, but it's written as an actual account from people who are in the center of the Earth. So they use the book to navigate the center of the Earth, which I think is a really cool idea.
Oh, that is cool.
So like
It's kind of like the
Jules Verne
Hitchhiker's Guide to the
talks
Galaxy.
to the main characters of the book who actually lived through this journey to the center of the Earth, and he wrote the book based on that in the universe of the movie, which I think is kind of cool. Would you want to take a journey to the center of the Earth? I don't think I
if
would.
the
Are there
caves
dinosaurs in
aren't
there?
like fucking, if they're not like super tight caves, if they're caves that I can actually walk around in, then
Very
maybe.
open. The core of the Earth is like the sun down there, and there's a T-Rex and big bugs. Or is there bugs? I don't know.
Is Brendan coming? Brendan?
No, you get the Rock because he's in the sequel.
Shit. Oh, but Michael Caine's in the sequel.
Yeah, true.
And lady from Tick Tick Boom
No
and
offense
High School
to
Musical.
Michael Caine. I
He's
love
no
him.
Brendan Fraser.
But no, but what good is he gonna do in a fight in a giant bug situation?
Or Big
He'd
Lizard.
do
I mean, he'd be great
Michael
company.
Caine.
I'm
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
sure there's a joke in that second movie where the Rock gets he like uses his tit muscles to bounce a
Flick
berry
a berry,
off or some
yep.
shit.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's
you remember
been
that?
burned
That's like the
into my
only thing I
mind.
remember of that movie.
The
That
reason I remember
title-
that is that that's on the fucking like it's one of those things where it's like trailer for Blu-rays in general. It's always one of the
Yes.
things that they do, and then it pops out 3D to the screen.
Oh my god, the 3D in the first Journey to the Center of the Earth movie is so obnoxious. It's so obnoxious. The
Oh,
part where
man.
Seth Meyers turns around with a fucking measuring tape,
Meyers?
and it's like jumping out of the screen. There's also a part where Brendan Fraser picks up a yo-yo and says, "This was your dad's PSP." So just to tell you what kind of era it was. I feel like we talked about this recently as well.
Yeah, I feel like so. Man, this episode is like we're going to depths.
This is-
We're repeating. We're finding like
We're
different
going
like
deep into the
relics
past.
as we go down. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
We're digging up fossils of old episodes as we go deep.
That fucking Journey, the second one, really
Mysterious
confused me because the title
Okay.
was Journey
To
to
the mysterious island.
Mysterious Island.
Yeah.
Was I don't know. The way my
'Cause the-
brain interpreted it, is it like Journey to the Mysterious Island?
I think it's supposed to be one of those.
Did
But
that
it's-
end?
it's-
Like Escape to Africa.
Did they tease going to the moon or something at the end of that one?
Yeah.
The first one
Okay.
though ends with him teasing Atlantis.
Oh wow, okay, they
And then
were
they got
not-
in a submarine, they went back in time, and then Brendan Fraser is Jason and the Argonauts. That's true.
For the life of me, I cannot find. Sorry to cut that, put that conversation to a halt. But for the life of me, I cannot find any like website thread about like anyone talking about the fact that Jason in this series was from the future. But there was two seasons
Maybe
of
he
Atlantis.
wasn't.
It got
was. I saw
Pictures of that
No,
series.
it
Here's
was.
the fucking
It
description.
got,
While on a
it-
deep
yeah,
sea
he-
expedition, Jason is transported from the 20th century, to the mythical kingdom of Atlantis. Why is it the 20th century? This came out in 2013. The 21st.
Here's the plot. Here's the plot for the series on the Wikipedia page. In the modern day, Jason, the protagonist of the show, pilots a one-man submarine to investigate a deep-sea disturbance that resulted in the disappearance of his father when he was a child. When he discovers the location, the submarine begins to fail, and he is pulled into white light. He wakes up on the shores of the kingdom of Atlantis, which is ruled by a traditionalist king, King Minos, and his power-hungry, manipulative wife, Queen Pasiphae. And then, yada yada yada, meets
Why do they make them
Pythagoras, meets Hercules, and relives the Greek myths. There was 2 seasons. It got axed halfway through the 2nd season, and season 3 was going to be about him becoming Jason and the Argonauts. So he was meant to be Jason and the Argonauts.
He was supposed to get
but-
the ship and everything.
Yeah, but I can't find anything about like why Jason was from the future. I can't find anyone.
I'm
talking
almost
about,
certain he was looking
why
for his
that was the
dad.
thing. He was looking
I'd
for
say
he
so,
was looking
yeah.
for his dad, but he
Oh, so
never
he's-
addressed that he was from the future, and no one on the face of this planet seemed to question that
Hoover,
happened.
I
you know?
think
no,
you're the
no one
only
went
two people
like,
who watched this show.
Did
I
he?
think that's probably why.
Did he walk around in like a leather jacket and like a t-shirt?
No.
No,
I'm
he
looking
gets
at
given
pictures
like
right now.
a tunic like immediately.
Oh right, okay.
Like-
I was gonna.
Well,
the
on
first
one picture
episode-
here, he's not wearing anything. Well, he's
Of
not
course,
wearing a
Turtle
shirt.
Guy finds that
Might-
just like
he
straight
might
away.
have been- might be looking
Also,
at the wrong-
Hoover, I'm smelling. I've got the smell of. I'm getting a vision
Yeah?
of like the number 4
Burning
in my
toast?
head. That's oh
number-
whoa! I'm getting the vision. It's a 3 now. It's a 3 if you get what I'm saying. If you're picking up
am
what you're
keeping
putting
an eye
down.
on the time. I am keeping an eye on the time, Cyber, and
Oh, okay.
I'm-
I didn't think anyone else
I'm
did that. I
gonna
thought that was
go
my
a
job.
tiny bit over time because I'm just looking at this
I
opening
could go
scene
on
of
a rant about
Atlantis.
you and time in this podcast, but I won't.
Yeah,
Maybe
he just
leave that
starts
to your
off in
brother.
the modern day. Okay, you know what? Some things will never be answered. Like, why the heck did Jason come from the future?
Not the fact was Atlantis real, but why? Although
Yeah,
it
by
wasn't,
the way, that's
wasn't
the
it? It started
hilarious
off
thing.
as a
Atlantis
book,
isn't
didn't it?
real.
Yeah, it was just a
It's a
fiction.
myth.
Yeah,
It's
But then again,
like
Hercules is real.
Godzilla.
Also, it's Heracles. If he's in Greek, it should be Heracles, not Hercules. Hercules is the Roman name, but he also wasn't real.
yeah. So
Don't
there's a
tell that
lot
to
of
the
there's a lot of
BBC.
things wrong with that show, but for some reason me and David watched it.
And I was
I was
fucking.
too busy working.
To be fair, that came out at just the right time. I was like
It-
balls deep
it
in my
was-
Percy Jackson obsession.
It was
Um,
made by the same people that did Merlin. Did you ever watch Merlin,
I
David?
never watched Merlin.
No.
Me and Torgo were talking about Merlin
Well,
earlier
We
though,
were talking about it earlier.
because there's a
What is
picture of
Merlin?
Merlin Stuart Head playing his Nintendo
Merlin is a
DS in
BBC
costume.
show, and basically the twist at the end is that you find out Merlin lives forever. Merlin is the immortal wizard. So it like the last like scene is that Merlin is still alive in our modern day and age.
And he bumps into Jason on his way to his submarine.
He says, "Jason, get in the submarine. It will do you a favor."
Get in, we're going to Atlantis. It's real, by
And
the
then
way.
they end
It's
up
always
on an
Hercules.
island.
It's
You
just
know
so
those
funny to me
memes
that
where it's
the
like, we're
concept.
gonna find the lost city of Atlantis.
Yeah.
And then it's like all the men running.
I know this turned into us just talking about Atlantis, but to me the concept is so baffling. Why are his roommates the fictional hero Hercules and
Yes,
an
and then the
actual
mathematical
mathematician?
figure Pythagoras.
It's like if you made something about living in America in like the 60s, and it's like your roommates are Stephen Hawking and fucking Paul Bunyan, the American folk hero, giant man. Like it
Here's
doesn't make any
a-
sense.
Here's a very funny story about Pythagoras, about how he died. Pythagoras
Shit
apparently hated corn or something like that. He hated some kind of plant, and
Hold
while he
on,
was being
wait.
chased by like some, I think it's like the place he lived was being like invaded, and while he was being chased
It was
by
sinking
some
into
soldiers,
the sea actually because he lived in Atlantis.
there was like this, I think it was maize or something like that. There was this field of maize, and he was like, I fucking hate maze, so you can kill me now, and just let them like.
That's so funny. That's like next
He
level.
didn't want to
man.
run
That's
across the
crazy.
maze, so he was just like, "Well, this is the end."
And he's like, nah, do
Is
it.
that
So-
true, Hoover, or is that just a theorem?
I think there's
Hey.
like it's either that's how he died, or I think there's like 3 different ways that he possibly died, and like those are always
Like a triangle.
That's one of the that's one of the rumors of how he died. I don't think his death is. I don't think the know-how of his death is completely certain, but that's
It's
one
just
of
a
the
how. It's not a known
theories.
just yet. I just punched my microphone. Sorry.
In rage.
In
But,
rage.
Who was that
But that's
guy who
another
died
thing,
because an eagle dropped a turtle on its head?
Me.
It was you? Okay, I didn't know you were a Greek
Turtle guy's
philosopher.
dead.
That's crazy. Did you ever hear about that? It's nothing to do with,
no.
it's actually more to do with heights than depths, but there was a guy in Greece, in ancient Greece, I think, who fucking was just walking along one day, you know, probably being all philosophical, and next thing a fucking turtle fell at this guy and cracked him on the head.
Wow.
I'm starting to
Then he
realize that
lived
we
forever
should.
in legends.
I'm starting to realize that we should do a pod on Greek mythology because
I'd be down.
David,
How
yeah.
often
I think
do
you and me
think
would
about
love
the
that.
Greeks?
And Cyber and Turtle Guy, I think you guys would be down for that.
Fucking
as well.
love
So-
Dionysus.
I like
We did
mythology.
we did the.
Dionysus.
We'll probably mention this again when we do that episode, because I think we should definitely do that episode. But we did the Percy Jackson quiz to find out who your godly parent was, and it's
Oh,
total
yes.
bullshit. It was accurate except for one. One of them I will
Yeah.
not accept.
Yeah,
Till the day I die, I will not accept.
here's a hint. It was Turtle Guys.
It was Turtle
not
Guys. Yeah.
accurate.
Turtle Guys was not at all.
But with that,
With nothing.
we started with depths, and then we came around to particularly the show Atlantis.
Just the TV show Atlantis. Some dog shit BBC original.
I guess you could
Yeah.
say it was a deep cut.
David, what was that? What was that?
Excellent.
I think it was a
Like,
TikTok
Yeah, I'm
sound.
glad we're
Like
ending this episode
some
now.
some men are looking for this, or women think what men are looking for. What we're actually looking for.
Are you talking about the meme that I just
Atlantis.
referenced like 5 minutes ago?
Yeah, Turtle is not listening at all.
Like that's the thing I just talked about 5
I
minutes
was
ago.
listening. You ripping me off from the future.
No.
That is
So
not
in other
what
words, you're ripping me off. You're ripping me off because
Wait, you're
I
from
said
the
the thing
future?
first.
Did you come here in a submarine looking for your dad and then forget about it?
Welcome to Atlantis.
Did you get
Turtle
dragged
Guy.
into a
Turns out,
white
guys,
light?
My real name's Jason.
And he
Welcome
lives
to
with
Atlantis,
Albert
ignore the puddles.
Einstein and God.
I don't even think they mentioned Pythagoras and like the fact that he made the theorem with the triangle. I don't even think they mentioned that in the
Maybe
show.
that was
I think
his
they
arc.
Jason was
Maybe he'll
like,
do
I
it
No, I
fucking
think
eventually.
they
hate
do.
your fucking theorem, Pythagoras, and
I think they do
spit
because I
at
think
him.
he says I'm Pythagoras. Oh, they all have English accents, by the way. And I think he says I am
they do.
Pythagoras, and Jason's
Yeah,
like, oh, like
they
the
all have
theorem,
English
I didn't know
accents.
about
Not any of them speak a word of Greek, and Jason is able to communicate with all of them, even though he's never studied Greek before, and for some reason just won't mention the fact that he's from the fucking future.
I mean,
So it doesn't even get questioned. Like the villain doesn't even be like, "Oh, who the fuck is this guy? Where did he come from?"
I think
Nope.
in the first episode he does because he gets thrown into the labyrinth.
Yeah, Jason shows up in the first episode. It's like, oh my god, how did I get here? What the fuck's happening? Next episode, he's in like Greek code. He's like, life is great. I'm living with Pythagoras now,
loving life,
and
man.
I've got a good
The
friend
whiplash.
Hercules.
I hope it's actually that jarring. I really hope it is.
Oh, I'm pretty
It
sure
is. It is. They never come back to
Although-
the fact that he came from the future.
So what actually happened to the submarine, like itself?
blew up.
You don't
broke,
know.
I
He
think.
gets dragged into a white light, and he wakes up on the shores of Atlantis.
So the submarine could have been fucking anywhere.
Anywhere.
I fucking
Some
hope that's like the
person
finale
probably
where
has it.
like the submarine just like washes up on the shore.
Hades drives up in a submarine.
And
Anyway,
Poseidon is just like,
We're
hey,
getting
this is
away
pretty
from
good.
ourselves. We're getting away
Oh
from
wait, was
ourselves.
Poseidon a thing in it?
I think
Nope.
the gods. You never see the gods, but like
There
all
was
the
an
other
oracle.
shit's real. They like he kills the Minotaur.
Can I have a really
I
quick
think one of the
mention of
Furies
something?
shows.
Go for it, Turtle Guy.
speaking of BBC and fucking wild things, in Doctor Who they go to Pompeii and all the fucking actors speak with Welsh accents. None
so
of them
funny.
speak fucking Italian.
Well, but they have their
Welsh.
bullshit excuse that the TARDIS translates
Yeah,
everything for them.
that is their get out of jail free card.
But why does it translate it with specifically a Welsh accent?
It's almost as if they're like they film it in Cardiff.
Ah, yes. Famous for its massive
They
volcano.
did actually film that episode in not England.
Not in
They filmed it in
Ah,
hell.
yes. That narrowed it down
And
for
with
us,
that,
didn't it?
we're gonna
yes. Wales.
bring this episode to a not start. We're bringing it to an
Maybe
end.
they
We're
did go
bringing it
to
an end,
Rome.
folks.
I don't know.
Try to go.
Pompeii is not in Rome.
So, what do I have to
Tell
say
that
at
to
the
the
end?
BBC.
It's been a while.
Got
It's been a
blown
while. Check Cyber's channel. Check Turtle Guy's
Hey.
channel. David, do you have a channel?
Just catch me in Atlantis.
Catch David at Atlantis. I'll be in my submarine, not going down underwater because I'll either get time traveled back or a big fish will swallow me up.
I'm gonna
There's
live
no other
with-
option.
So, are you sitting in your
I'm gonna
submarine
live with
on land or
feces
just?
and
Yeah, on land. It ain't going down.
Didn't
No wrong can happen to me if the submarine stays out of the water.
It's unfortunate that this episode wasn't uploaded in the last one, because the last one, the joke that we made that the reason you weren't there was because you went to try and use a boat in the Monument Valley, in the desert, and then you exploded. So that is a weird,
I do not remember that.
strange running gag that happened. So Whoever using aquatic vehicles on the land is certain always to go well.
Always gonna go well. Always gonna go well. But with that brings us to an end. You know.
Are you sure?
No, I'm never sure, but I'm gonna end it anyway. Because Cyber is
What
holding a
Hoover
gun up
didn't
to
know.
my head, and
I'm not-
he
I've
doesn't want this
rectified the
episode to go
situation.
any more over time than it has.
I rectified that
So,
problem.
Yes,
Just
he
keep
rectified
going.
the problem
Let's
by
find Atlantis,
shooting
boys.
me in the foot. I'm in great pain.
No, he's lying. He's joking. It's in Minecraft.
No, it was my hand. He shot me in my head.
In Roblox.
In Roblox.
In a
That's it.
simulation.
End of episode.
Damn.
So we have episodes every Friday. You can rate us 5 stars if you would like, just to
No, they
keep
don't need to
the
rate us.
podcast, keep the
Don't go
podcast
to the
going.
light.
And
You might end up in
Just
Atlantis.
hop
Thank
in
you so much.
Hop in a submarine and hopefully you time travel.
I hope you didn't mind that, Hoover. I just wanted to scooch in tiny, but just to add on the little extras, the little furnishings, the little, when you
What little
drop on the little bit of icing. The little house
What
rule,
I-
the things, the rules we got to do, the things we got to do around the house, the housekeeping.
Am I not
That
able
took me
to
way
host
too
an
long.
episode without having like?
No,
any
it's not that you're not
interruptions,
able to. I'm not interrupting. You just
Nick
forgot
didn't-
to add on the little things that we're supposed
I
to
forgot.
say.
So I'm being a bad host. In other words.
I didn't. That's not my words. Hey guys, what?
Sorry.
They're
You
not my
told me
words.
I forgot. You told me I forgot. In other words, my duty as a host, I forgot my duties. Is that what you're telling me?
But did you say those things or no?
I missed 3 episodes or something like that, and all of a sudden I'm the bad host.
Realistically, I
what?
think you missed one. By the way this is uploading, the recording-wise, you did miss like 3 or 4. But the way it's uploading, it's probably only one, so people will probably be quite confused.
Oh well, in that case, what the fuck am I on about? Rate us 5 stars. Give the YouTube video a like. Kick Turtle
Did the
Guy in the butt.
podcast YouTube video get uploaded?
No, it didn't, but it will soon. There's been a little technical issue with that, but that will be sorted, I promise.
You say technical, I say motivational. I break limbs.
Turtle Guy is a scared man. But thank you to Hoover for hosting a great episode.
You forgot to say scary.
Okay, that's the end of the pod.
Yeah, where are we still
there
doing
we go. We were trying to end this up like 5 minutes ago.
I thought David was gone. That was a
No,
weird
I'm here.
surprise.
No, David wanted to be gone, but we're still going with the
in
podcast.
Atlantis,
We're still
but I'm here.
talking.
Dun, 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 dun.
Podcast over.